Okay, so here is our model. If you are one of my clients and you have a short haircut, a pixie cut, whether it's longer at the top, full bang, or short like this at the top, I'm going to do a mold for all of you guys. So her hair is currently wet, and if you are a long bang client, like this in here is really, really long, section your hair in this area where it's really long at. Put some leave-in conditioner on it, some heat protectant, and blow dry that some. Get some of the water out of that. One, it'll help with your drying time, and two, it will also give you a lot of volume and, fullness at the top of your hair, so your hair is not slicked down. And then you just mold your sides. But if you're a short hair client like this and you want to, get a nice tight style, then this is what we're going to do. So our hair is wet. So I'm going to take my foam. And right now I'm just using some foam that I got from the shop. This one's a little runny, which is why I don't really use it anymore. But so we're going to take foam, as you can see, and we're going to place it kind of like you're shampooing the head, because you kind of want to get it everywhere. Now, after you've shampooed and conditioned your hair, put some heat protectant in it, put a little leave-in conditioner in it before you start putting your foam on. Because we're going to be under heat and you want to make sure that, protect your hair. So with short hair like this, we want to saturate it really, really good with foam. And you want to, oh Lord, you want to make sure that when you saturate it with foam that your hair is combed out all the way to tangle. That way you can make sure foam has gotten all over the head. So whether you're going to right or left is really up to you. I'm going to go to the right just because I have it. So I am going to, and it's going to be hard for you to see, but I'm going to take this crown area right here, and to kind of keep it from having a part, I'm just going to kind of do more of a wrap look to that top area. So if you can kind of act as if you're wrapping the hair around, that'll keep you from having somewhat gaps in your hair. Okay. Now, a key to a good mold is tight, and pretty much you're just combing. So we're going to take, since we're going to go to the right, we're going to take this side right here, kind of where the hair splits off between long and short. Even though you might have some long pieces in there, it doesn't matter. So you're going to take it, and we're not going to put a part. And we're not going to put a part because if you decide that you want to move your hair back around, we don't want a permanent part there. But if you want to put a part there, because that's the style you're going to wear, then do that. So we're going to just wrap this going around. Okay. We're going to lay all this nice and smooth. Now, for those that like to have a little wave in the bang, just simply, and it's hard to do it with this mannequin, but you just simply hold your finger. It's a little hard with this little mannequin right here. And you just mold your bang. Now, again, it's a little hard because this mannequin hair doesn't want to lay down all the time, but you just need to, and it doesn't have to be a perfect, matter of fact, if your hair can just lay and you can just go like this, then just do that. But the key is just to kind of give a nice fringe, nice soft fringe in the front. This you can wave if you want. If you cannot wave, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just mold it down. All you're going to do is get it as tight mold as possible. If you have to get a brush, then get a brush. But we're just going to make sure this is all the way tight. Everything's combed through. And pretty much is laying how you want it to lay. Okay? And then we're going to get the wraps and wrap that. Now, if you don't want a soft look like this and you want to do something a little bit funky, take that same middle section without a part. Lay down your sides, again, without parting. I'm still going to do a little bit of a swoop in the back. just to kind of keep me from having bald spots. Some places you're going to have it because it's just kind of hard to avoid. I'm going to have all this middle section going straight to the front. Now, once I put all this to the front, then I can either just let it go like this and wrap my wraps around here, or I can put a roller in here and roll it up, however you want to do. But it's just a very simple. I like softness around here, especially for those who have like little short piece breakage right in the front or whatever. Try to get those nice and smooth. Now, like I said, it's a little harder with this mannequin to do this than it is like on a regular human head. So like with her, if I know I'm going to flip it up or do something crazy to it, I'm not even going to worry about that. Just as long as those little pieces right there are laying down and all this is laying down right in here, that's all I'm really concerned about. This up here can do whatever, because I am going to flip that up or whatever. So I hope that makes sense. So this is if you're kind of do something funky with the top and you're going to flip it up. Then you just need to kind of go in like and do like your little sweethearts right here on the side. If you are planning on just wearing a nice, smooth, simple wrap, not too complicated, keeping it very easy and simple, then you can just swoop your hair on around in this way. Do an actual kind of a wrap. Okay. Once you lay all that down, then it'll be, you can either keep your hair like this, or you can actually pick it out with your fingers, or you can curl it. So that part is really up to you. Okay. Now, I know we use paper strips at the salon, but I don't have paper strips and I didn't want to waste paper strips. So when you're tying the hair down, I always say use like 2 because I want to cover a lot of area, 2 or 3. So I'm going to slide, if I can show you guys. I'm going to slide this one down right here. Okay. Then I'm going to put another one right in here, and that's to lay the neck down. Okay. Now, if you have a long fringe back here in the back of your neck and you want it to stay down and like hug your neck, then you need to go in with a strip and tie it around your neck like that. That way that'll keep all of that hair laying smooth down. Okay. My other key is, even after you get through molding your hair, I am a air dryer type person. I hate sitting under dryers. And I also like to keep my hair as soft as possible. So I typically will air dry my hair when I had hair, y'all. Air dry my hair. But if you are in a rush and you need to go somewhere, then sit under the dryer for about 15-20 minutes, just depending on how thick your hair is. And then take your strips down. And then just let your hair kind of air dry. You need to make sure your head stays kind of tilted down just a little bit under the dryer, just so your back doesn't flip up. Okay. And that is how you mold short hair. If you were doing if you had long bangs, then you would just comb all this down to the front. Once you get all this kind of molded, how you want it to be molded or whatever, you just simply go down, put this, and let the hair hang over, the long hair hang over, okay? And that's how you would do that, okay? I hope this helps anybody that is trying to mold their hair. If you can't figure out a good mold, just always, if you cannot figure out what to do, the best look is to go with a wrap look. I don't care if you wrap this whole head in a complete circle. If you wrap it in a circle, go down on your side, wrap everything else around, go down with the sides. You can wrap your top, but your back, you need to kind of go down the side. And I'll put some more foam on it so you guys can see what the back looks like. This one is a little watery, so that's why I don't use it anymore. As you can see, I'm going to go down in the back, a little bit of an angle, but this top, we are going to mold that. And so you just want to keep using your comb and your hand to keep smoothing this out. Sides the same way. Make sure you have all your sides laying nice and flat, laying how you want them to lay. If you want to have like a little action back in here, you know, you can just make all this go, you know, down in there like this. Especially for those whose hair is growing out over this time or clothes, you're going to have some longer hair back here. Just curve it underneath here, and it gives it a real soft feminine look. Okay, same thing with this side. You're going to get that like this. We are going to bring that down. So you'll kind of get a feel of what's long, what's short. Even if you get some long pieces down here, it's not a big deal. If you get some short pieces up the top, it's not a big deal. But I will tell you, if you can create soft waves on like just the side, even if it's not a full wave, but if it's just like a pop out like this, that'll give your hair a real feminine kind of a feel. And you know, it won't look like you haven't done anything to your hair. It'll at least look like you've done something to your hair. So, and that's it. And then you just tie her down, and then you can sit on the dryer, like I said, or you can actually air dry. And that's all. And once you get ready, once you are done drying, then all you need to do is get a very light oil. And even if you make oils like I do, and you want to put like a little bit on your scalp while it's wet, you could do that. Or just get like a really, really light styling oil, and you can just rub that all over your hair. And you can either just go like that, or if you're deciding that you're actually going to flat iron it, then I would put something more of a styling type A, like hairspray, and you know, something a little bit heavier to where you can kind of silk out your curls or whatever. But if you're just gonna leave it like this, then let it dry, and then when you get up, just kind of flick it, make it a little messy on top without really interrupting much, and then you can just leave it like that. So hopefully that helps you guys with molding. I am going to do another video on wrapping long hair, also pin curling. So I'm just trying to give you a little bits at a time. But yeah, so if you have any questions on this, write a comment below. And yeah, but that's it for short hair. And then just use, I mean, if you can keep your hands, if you can keep your hair away from heat, the better off you will be. So if you can just finger, you know, comb whatever you want to comb, you know, messy looks are really in, so you don't necessarily have to do a lot of combing, but you can literally just use your finger, kind of style it up, put a little hairspray on it, and kind of keep going. And that's the I would take, especially if you're not being able to get into the salon like we normally have. So hope that's helped, people. Okay, so we are back. So I let her air dry. So she is fully dry. And this is what it looks like if you just do a simple wrap. And all you need to do is just comb it down. Like I said before, if you wrap her hair, if you wrap your hair and let it air dry, you will find that it actually will hold. So what we're going to use, we're going to flat iron this. So what we're going to use is a curling wax, or I'm going to use a Thermoseal. I use these when I'm doing short hairstyles, um, and that just to kind of help silk out the curls and stuff like that. So this is the Thermoseal that I'm using. This is about as much as I'm putting on there, and I do cocktail a lot of mine. And that's the curl wax. So I do cocktail a lot. I mix them together. Most of them really good in your hands, and just go throughout the whole head. Don't worry about making it look real nice and pretty. And typically, if you're doing a funky look, after you do this, you can literally just kind of pick it up and hand comb your hair. But if you want to actually do some curls, I'm going to show you how to do some curls. This is a short video because I only have like a few minutes left on my thing. So if you are doing like a spiky look, or you want to do something a little bit harder, I suggest you get like some hairspray. You could, even if you're doing a softer curl, you could still just lightly spray some hairspray on your head, and you know, to get you started. So most people have these two size irons. They even have this 1 inch, or they have this 3/4. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to use both today. So typically when we're curling hair at the salon, we're starting right in this area. But for you at home, if you don't want to start in that area, you don't have to. So I'm going to show you how you can get yourself some curls. So curly styles tend to last the longest. So if you are a person that wants, you know, something to last you a little bit longer, spray your hair really good with some holding spray and use a smaller curling iron. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of different links up here because I like to keep the hair spiky. I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm just going to curl. It doesn't have to be a perfect curl. I'm going to take the curl right in front of it and curl it the opposite direction. If you can see that. Now, if you want a real funky look, you can change the curl up. You can make it go to the side, make it go to the back. This curling iron is currently on not quite 400. It's like probably like 390. The temperature of the curling iron really depends on your texture of hair. You hear it sizzling because that is the hairspray. This is not a hard hairspray. You see here, we're just creating some curls. Let me get her together so you guys can see. So I'm just taking a little bit of section and creating curls. Now I'm using this smaller iron so I can get a tighter curl. If you don't want a tighter curl, you want more of a wrap look, then you will pull out your 1 inch here. You just grab the hair and then just slightly go like that. That gives you a less tight curl. So if you want to do tight curls all over and then do the top, do the front to where it's wrapped, kind of a wrap look, you can do that. You can also do the same thing with a smaller iron. Now, when you're dealing with short, relaxed hair, you can go over that piece more than once. But I would advise you, if you don't know what you're doing, not to do that, because you can burn your hair. I'm just going to take a piece in here, right back at the top where we were. And again, when you're dealing with a short pixie cut, because of the way we keep it cut, we keep a lot of different lengths so to stay kind of funky and lay. You don't have to curl every piece, okay? You do not have to curl every piece. So I want this one to go up to give me some more volume in there. But if you don't want to have volume, if you want just to lay flat, curl it all going one way. No big deal. As you get closer down here to the shorter areas, If you mold that up really, really tight, you won't have to curl it. In the salon, I curl it because I want to do a little bit of detailing for you guys, but you don't have to curl it. So now I'm just going around the side. There's no rhyme or reason. Just pick up some hair and curl it. That's how you make this all messy. It's gonna all lay perfectly. Now, also, if you're trying to get a more detailed look, then you would need to take your time and section off really nice with curls. But when you're just trying to put some curls in the hair, now I do have a smaller iron to get that, but I'm not going to use it because most of y'all don't have that at home. So I'm only trying to use what you guys actually have at home. Now this is just the front piece that we were curling earlier. And I'm just going with the way it's wrapped. I'm not doing anything extra to it. It's wrapped going that way, so I'm going to curl it going that way. If you want to go back in there and put some more curls in there, you can. See? This is coming along good. And we haven't even, all we're doing is picking hair up and curling it. Your styles are never going to look like salon, but you can get your style to at least hold up until you are able to get in the salon. See, in the face, I want to keep this nice and soft, so I'm not going to put a tight curl. I'm just going to kind of bump it like this and just kind of go down with it. Up here at the top, I do more of a tighter curl while I'm twisting my hand, but down in here, I just want to go light with it. And you'll just keep doing this all over the head until everything is to your likings. Now, like I said before, I do have a micro iron that I can go in and do the bottom. But most of you guys don't have a micro iron. But if you do have one, then you feel free to go down there and detail your butt off. Okay. So we have curled our hair. And that was a few minutes. Now all you're going to do is take that same hairstyle you just did, put a little shine on it, put a little spray on it, and use your fingers. You don't have to make this perfect, y'all. It just needs to be presentable so you can go to work. And there you go. By me just curling wild at the top, that gives me some volume up here and down in here. And if you want that tighter, you can curl that tighter. But overall, this is all you have to do. Keep it real nice and simple. And you can wrap this when you're done at night. You can take your fingers or a brush. Now when you're ready to wrap this hair at night, you just take your paddle brush or your fingers or a comb and you just wrap it around, keeping it real nice and simple. Garrison, give me a brush out of that bag. It's a paddle brush. It looks like a paddle. Come on. I don't have that much time. So you have two options. You can take your paddle brush or you can take a boar bristle brush, which you guys know what a boar bristle brush is. And you can, like a boar bristle, like a man's brush. And you can just tie this around, wrap this. Don't really trip on the top of the hair because we curled that already. So you just wrap that up with your hands, a brush or whatever. You will get your scarf at home. And you just wrap it around, okay? If you don't have a mesh scarf, then we got these old school scarves I'm gonna show y'all. I got an old school big scarf, I fold into a triangle. When I'm trying to preserve my hair, I flip it over so it's just one long strip. I grab that strip and I tie it around just like that and tie it in the back. That way now I can sleep all crazy and not worry about the top. If the top gets a little messed up, it's okay. Just get your fingers and move it around. The thing about pixies is they don't have to be perfect. They just need to, they're cute when they're really kind of wild and funky, but they don't have to be perfect. They just need to be presentable. And that's how you have it. And that is it. So that was flat ironing her hair in literally it was exactly 9 minutes and 2 seconds. Because that's when my video cut off. But here you go. Hope that makes some sense to you guys. And I'll catch you on another video. Oh, and just FYI, if you are sweating, if you're trying to work out or doing whatever, or even if you're just laying around the couch, if you're laying around the couch, tie your hair up, because a lot of times you guys are laying around on your couches and your beds and all of this is rubbing against your pillows, which is breaking your hair and drying your hair out. So keep your hair wrapped up. If you go work out, get the paper strips and get a mesh. You get the paper strips and tie it on and put this mesh strip around it. Or this mesh is a really good one at the beauty supply stores, Velcro. These are good because they allow air to still flow through so you're not sweating as hard, but leave your hair up until your sides are fully dry. Then once they're fully dry, then you can take this down, and if you need to retouch the sides with like some foam or whatever, then just put a little more foam on it while it's dry, and then rewrap it up and you'll have a whole new style all over again. So, and just an example, if that happens, if you're sweating, you went to the gym. So say you went to the gym, your hair is wrapped up, you let your hair fully dry underneath the mesh wrap, you took it down, and then your hair was like sticking all up still and doing stuff. Get you some foam, lay it on the parts that are looking real bad, tie it up and let it air dry. And that's how you can preserve your short styles. So I hope this video helps. I mowed earlier for you guys today, and then we curled and wrapped. So that is your short hair care for this week. If you have any questions, just contact me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.